Alright, I am here. Right now you are looking at the streets of Akihabara here in Tokyo. As you recently may know, I took a trip to Tokyo for about a week, and this is the video chronicling some of my time game hunting there, taking video of some of the stores that I went to. Some of the video might not be so great because it's kind of hard to take video in these stores since they're so small, they're so tight, they're so packed, and I didn't really want to film people in them. So, but here we go, going into the stores I went into, starting of course with the legendary Super Potato, which was, I liked it. Had a great selection. Recently, you know, if you were following maybe the retro scene about years ago now, or maybe 2009-ish, 2010-ish, you would know how great Super Potato is, how much everyone loves Super Potato. Recently, it's kind of almost become like this, oh, well, it's so overpriced and it's so whatever. And some of their stuff's a bit pricey. I'm not going to lie about that. But my thing is, you know, a lot of people go to... I see a lot of people in there that are tourists. You know, the most I ever actually saw other, you know, foreign tourists, aka other white guys, were actually in the game stores, especially Super Potato. But yeah, so in there, the prices aren't bad, but there are people in there that are buying games like the Marios, the Zeldas, the Mega Mans. That's the stuff that's high, and that's just the same stuff that's high back here at home in the United States, here for me at least. That's the stuff that's high back here is all the Mega Mans, Zeldas, Marios. But if you're looking for stuff that's not quite as expensive, like I didn't go to Tokyo here to look for, you know, games that I already have, things I can play, and I bought some just because they were cool and they were cheap, but I'm not trying to pick up a copy of Link to the Past. I already have a copy of Link to the Past. So if you go there kind of looking for stuff we didn't get, or just stuff that looks interesting, you can actually get some good deals and some good prices. And that's just for any game store in Akihabara or in Tokyo in general, not just Super Potato. But I really enjoyed Super Potato. I thought it was a really cool store. This is a shot I took out front that you're looking at right now. And we'll go right into the store here. Here in Super Potato, this is kind of what you see. What I was just showing is the entrance, and this is what you kind of see as you're walking in here. A lot of Sega stuff, the Mega Drive adapter, some boxed Mega CD, as they called it, Sega CD, as we got. Dreamcast and Saturn. Their Saturns are pretty cool over there. We got only the black one. They got this grayish one. This is all the Famicom carts. They have so many Famicom carts. It's insane. There's boxed Super Famicom stuff, which I bought a good amount of on my trip. Plushies. Here's some Super Famicom carts here. Lots of Super Famicom carts as well. But you see a lot of box stuff, more than I saw here in the States. Dreamcast stuff, which is cool. We got a lot of Dreamcast games that we didn't get in the United States, although most of them look like this. But, you know, that's okay. They started getting Dreamcast games up to like 2007 in Japan. Now, this is a cabinet full of all their good stuff, more expensive stuff. Some Mega Drive in there. It looked like a Game Gear in the box. Cool stuff in there. And this is same. That's a lot of turbo stuff, and their better Dreamcast games in there. What they call it, PC Engine over there. There was a Sega Gaga in the box here a second ago. Over here we got Game Gear games, which you can see are 50 yen, or the equivalent of about 50 cents if you want to do some easy math in your head. Neo Geo stuff that looks like, and PS2s. PS2 systems are kind of expensive over there. Sorry for my hand. This is on the second floor. This Super Potato's floors, I should say. This is the second floor. Got some cool stuff, controllers and all that. This is all like game guides and books and stuff like that for games. I got a whole wall of that. This is music CDs, soundtracks for games, which is cool. We usually don't get a lot of physical CDs in the States, and if we do, it's usually in special editions. PS1 stuff, which is just so much PS1. The whole other rack is filled. If you turn it over, it's filled. This is also filled here with PS1 stuff. A lot of PS1 games I'd never seen before. I picked up a lot of those. This is PS2. So a lot of PS2 over here as well. This store is just insane. They have so much stuff. Here's some Gameboy Games here. They have so much stuff here though, and it doesn't, help it any with how much stuff they have, with just how many games that are new to me I'd never seen, because so many games we didn't get over in the States. Gamecube, I love their little Gamecube cases. They look like the case that we got the Game Boy player disc in. They're small, they have a little slipcover over them, which is cool. Xbox, that's the only Xbox stuff they had in the whole store was that. Xbox, not at all popular in Japan. You got here the Smash 5 roster, looking pretty cool. N64 games here. They're card-only ones at least. Lots of card-only ones. Those some N64 disc drive games, which I thought was really cool. We didn't get that back in the States. Cool to see. I actually saw one. You'll see one later. I actually saw one in person. You'll see it later in the video. I found this ominous Pikmin shirt there as I was there. Third floor up here at the top. I got a lot of cool posters as you walk up towards there. Some gacha machines with Kirby. There's Pikachu, Pokemon, Mario, all that. This floor just had some arcades, as you can see over to the left there. Solid Snake, the man himself, and they were also selling candies and stuff like that. There's also some arcades back there. This is Retro Game Camp, which is actually two stores kind of right next to each other. This is the kind of main store. This had a lot of stuff in there. The other one, which I only got a little bit of, is a very, very cramped first floor full of Famicom, Super Famicom carts, and some N64 stuff. And the second floor is like GameCube, PS2, PS1, Saturn, stuff like that. Retro Game Camp, alright store. Their system prices were fair. I got a Super Famicom here. You'll see it in my pickup video that I do. Their system prices were fair. They were probably one of the higher priced stores in that I had went to. Not counting Mandarake, which I did not hit any video in. I didn't really care for Mandarake too much. One of the stores in Akihabara. I got a couple things there just because they were cheap Dreamcast games, but Mandarake was not too great. But I'm not talking about Mandarake. I'm talking about Retro Game Camp. But yeah, under Retro Game Camp, probably under Mandarake was the most expensive, pricey store. I found you can find a lot of prices other places, but if you want to just look at selection, Retro Game Camp has a pretty solid selection. So here's get some footage of the store inside now. This is inside Retro Game Camp. Here's their kind of good stuff box bin here. There's a Taiko Drum Master at the floor. Here is PS2 stuff and some PS3s over here. Some PS2s as well. More PS2s. PS2 systems were expensive over there. Some Wii. PS2 systems were expensive over there. More PS2s. And Mega Drive as well, it looks like there. Our Sega Genesis back, what we got it called here in the States. We got PS1 stuff. PS1 systems were also kind of pricey. I got a good deal on one at another store, but PS1s were also kind of pricey. We got DS and PSP there, some handhelds. And over here you'll get to see this sign here. If win the staff with a game, amount purchased, 20% cash back. English not great, but it gets the point across. That's pretty much all of the English in Tokyo almost. It's on signs. Here's more Dreamcast over there to the side. Here's a bunch of Famicom carts. I always like how everything's bagged up. Everything's wrapped up in plastic, bagged up. It's like all this stuff's in immaculate condition. Everything looks like brand new. Super Famicom carts here. Sorry for the little cut there. Super Famicom carts. And some box Super Famicom games up top and more carts. Yeah, some Gamecubes there. Here's their systems as well. Pretty good stuff all around. Here's the upstairs of the other place, the other Retro Game Camp with Dreamcast. And some more PS2 on the other side, you'll see in a second. GameCube is actually what I'm showing. There was more PS2 on the other wall that I probably just didn't get because I didn't think anyone cared. I got enough PS2 shots. And then this was really small. Both the downstairs and the upstairs were real small. Some good Genesis stuff there. Yeah. Next store we got here is called Trader. The picture, I should have mentioned the picture that I got for this one and the one I got for Retro Game Camp I found on Google Images, because somehow I thought I took pictures of all the different stores. I definitely did for Super Potato, that's my own picture, but somehow I did not get all these pictures. I couldn't find them in my phone, so oh well. Trader is, there's three of them. They're aptly called Trader 1, Trader 2, or Trader 2, and Trader 3. They have all kinds of stuff. You can see DVD here. They have Blu-ray, anime, porno. Didn't go on that floor. They're different floors. Most stores in Japan have multiple floors. They build up instead of outward because of the space limitations of the big city. But yeah, everything's kind of located centrally on floors, and they got signs telling you where to go. Trader, I got some. Trader 1 was pretty much the best one. Trader 2 and 3, I don't think I got anything from. I think I might have got some stuff from 3, but not too much. Trader 2 is mostly anime stuff and stuff like that. I wasn't too impressed with Trader 2. But Trader 1 was pretty good. I got some cool stuff in here. And the prices were pretty fair. I ended up getting a lot of Box 64 stuff. The prices were real good here. Here inside of the Trader, got some Game Boy stuff over here. Once again, all in little baggies. Dreamcast stuff. So much Dreamcast stuff on this trip. Dreamcast was really neat to go through. Even though a lot of the games are just dating sims or, you know, visual novels that I'm not going to get. PS1 here. Try not to film people, that's the reason. There's Densha to Go is like these weird train simulators that have cool controllers with them. Here's some actual, this was their import game section. This is their import game section. Full of all American games, which was kind of weird to see. I actually bought some for the Dreamcast that you'll see in my pickup video. But you see there's Witcher and South Park and all that. So it's kind of weird to see these. Of course, they got the ultimate NEC 2, baby. And here was a picture I got of the Nintendo 64 disc drive I found in there. It was like 618,000 yen, which is about 61,800 yen actually, which is about $600. Which I wasn't really willing to pay, but I thought it was really cool to see. So that's good. But yeah, Trader maybe even worth it alone just to see the N64 disc drive in person, but definitely very cool to store in general. A lot of good stuff. They also have, that was on the second floor of Trader, I should mention. First floor is mostly new stuff, PS4, Switch and stuff like that. But real cool store. Really liked it. Good prices there. The next store I went to is actually a chain of stores. I think I went to 5 of them, maybe, if that sounds about right. And they're called Book Off, which is used DVDs, books, games, anything you can really think of. Games for like mostly, a lot of newer game stuff, as you'll see in my video, but also a fair selection of PS2, DS, some 64 stuff, but old software, as they call it, retro games as we would say, is not their main point, and there's not a whole lot of in it, more than others, but not a whole lot of it in there. I went to one in, they're hard to film in too, because they're super packed, and they're always packed, it seems, and they're kind of small as well. So I only got footage in one of them, but they're all pretty much the same. I went to the one in Akihabara, I went to the one in Ueno area, I went to the one in Asakusa, which is where the video I took was filmed, which I think I bought the most stuff at that one. I went to the one in Shibuya, and I went to the one in Shinjuku. I think that's all. But yeah, pretty good chain of stores. Got some good stuff there that you'll see in the pickup video, but we'll head on into the store to see what the one in Asakusa looks like. This is the Book Off in Asakusa. You can see PS4 games here. I got some cool stuff here, actually. There's DS and Vita and PSP and all that. There's some Gamecube as well too. But pretty normal. This one, not a whole lot of stuff. That Arc the Lad I actually ended up picking up. It was real cheap. You'll see it in my video. And then here is their kind of loose DS games and systems and stuff in there, which is pretty neat. I guess I didn't feature the PS1 games in here. They had a lot of PS1 games in there as well, but pretty cool stuff. Next store I went to is actually probably where I bought the most stuff, and probably my favorite store that I went to. It's in Akihabara, and I almost missed it because I'd never heard of anyone really talking about it on YouTube. I'd never really seen anything of it online, but it was really cool. It was called Sequoia Game Museum, I think the name of it was. And you can see, here's the sign picture I took here. You can see that this is retro game, new and old hardware and software and all a bunch of systems. This was actually like right behind my hotel, believe it or not. I stayed in Akihabara halfway out of just choice, but halfway actually because I found a good hotel for a good price there, and I figured it's pretty central for the most part to the other places in Tokyo, and I want to see Akihabara, so I guess it worked. But yeah, this was right behind my hotel. Found it actually kind of by taking a walk. But this was actually probably my favorite store. So much good stuff in here. Real small store, not a second floor, so there's not a whole lot of video in here, but definitely if you're in the area, try to find this place and check it out. Here inside the store, here's one of the rows here full with PS2. So much PS2. You'll see it in all my videos. There's so much PS2. I mean, it's such a huge library here, but it's such a huge library over there too. Got some Super Famicom games I'm passing by here. He's trying to squeeze through. Yeah, a lot of big box stuff there for the PSP special editions. That's a weird thing I've seen, is they take special editions and people actually sell special editions, and all the stuff's in the box still. It's kind of weird. You're over here, some Saturn. If you're a big Saturn fan, Akihabara is probably you're going to be your heaven when you get there. But here's their front counter with some of their good stuff in there. I didn't want to film the people working there. Here's their consoles. Just a real quick shot of their consoles. And then I took this picture here. It's just of the other side of the store. You can see them Gameboy Games in the back. A lot of books over there. There was some Japanese PC games. Pretty neat stuff all around. Real good store. You'll see my pickups in my pickup video. Highly recommended. The next place I'll actually be taking you is into a Japanese department store to look at their game section for just a little bit. I went into 2 stores here. I'm just showing one. Actually, I'm showing kind of both. They both had these escalators up to the game floor with Mario on them and all this Mario stuff on it. So here's a little shot of that. There's Mario. When you get to the top, it's kind of hard to take a picture of. I couldn't really get it. There is Splatoon and ARMS decals on this wall as well. But yeah, you got to see all this cool Mario stuff. I took a video of it, but it didn't turn out, so I lost it. This was actually in the Yodobashi, which is a huge, possibly big department store. So busy, so much stuff in it, it's crazy. If you go to Akihabara, you got to see it. But this is in Bic Camera, another department store. A little smaller, a little more manageable, but all around pretty cool stuff. I actually bought a game here, you'll see in my pickup video, that's a game that's pretty recent that I couldn't find at any of the used stores, so I just picked it up because I wanted to add it to the collection. But we'll head on in there now. I just took a little bit of video and a little bit of photos. Here is some amiibo, a lot of amiibo, especially a lot of ones that are out of print, just here brand new in the store. A huge wall of amiibo here. Pretty cool stuff. A lot of the Animal Crossing ones, they were also cheap there. This is a little shot of the Switch section here. And then a couple pictures of the PS4 lineup here. Gravity Rush there is called Gravity Days. Got some of that stuff. Just thought it'd be cool to see. Didn't really buy too much here. And that's all I got for here. Just a quick little video. Some stuff that you may see when you're in Tokyo. A couple stores I didn't have in the video, like Mandarake. There's also a little store called Friends that I didn't pick anything up at. It was alright. I actually heard a lot of people recommending it and didn't really care for it, but still fine. Just price a little high, selection's a little small, but it was also hard to find. It was by this weird store with a bunch of pictures of like scantily clad girls on them. That the store was just called Teen, so I was a little wary. It's gonna put on some kind of watch list or something. But yeah, I'd like to thank you for watching. Make sure to check out my videos that I'm gonna do in the hopefully coming days and weeks. I have a pickup video planned for all my stuff that I will link to when I get that out, as well as a kind of vlog video of the stuff that I did non-gaming related in Japan. Should be cool all around. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, both at ObjoGaming, and subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you next time.